Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video I have a building tips and tricks in which I'm going to show you guys some really good building tips and different strategies that you can use while building that's really going to outplay your opponents, and it's very effective. I do these all the time in game and it works very well. I get a lot of kills from it. These builds are a little bit more difficult than some of the builds that I've done previously, but they are very effective in game if you can pull them off right. And as well, you guys really enjoyed my gameplay video from last time that I dropped yesterday, so I have another gameplay in this video. It is a 20 kill game, so a very high kill game, very fast paced, so definitely make sure to stay to the end of the video so you guys can see that gameplay. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you haven't already, make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. I'm very active in there. I post a ton. So make sure you guys add me on Snapchat if you haven't already. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. So here I have 3 builds for you guys that I'm going to show you that are very effective. I do this in game a ton, and it's really going to help you guys out. So here's the first build that I'm going to show, and this has to do with trapping. This is very effective because a lot of players don't expect this at all. You don't see this all the time, and that's why it's so effective. A lot of players aren't even ready for it. So I'm going to show how to do this build right here, the fastest and best way, and I have a few tips to go along with it, and I have some ways that you can counter this move. So when going for this, there's basically only one situation in which you would use this, and that's basically when they're ramping up at the exact same height and you have a little bit of high ground, a little bit of an advantage, and you're able to put that floor on top of them. And the best way to do it is put that floor as early as possible. The second you see them come up, and that's when you want to place your floor. And when that other player is ramping up to, the second you place the floor, a lot of players don't even try to contest it or break it. Most players, I would say 80 to 90% of players are going to turn around and then try to get high ground just like that. So once you put that floor above them, you don't really have to worry about it. The only thing, it can be a little bit risky if they know it's coming. And if you jump inside of a person's 1x1, they do have the potential to trap you as well and use a shotgun. So there's a way to do it that's going to be pretty much minimal risk, and it's going to be also very effective. So when you're coming in, you always want to make sure that you come out at the very edge of it. So when you're ramping up, you want to be on the part of their ramp that's going to be the closest to the high ground. So either it could be on your side or kind of a little bit on the other side, but you don't want to go too far down, because if you go too far down, it's going to be very hard to get that edit back coming back up, and it's also going to be very hard just to jump back up because you're all the way down in the ramp, because you don't want to edit on here like I've said. But say if you do, you still are able to come out of that build, but it's going to be much more difficult than just staying at the top. So you want to kind of stay to the middle or to the top region as much as possible. Go too far in there, a lot of times they're going to turn around and shotgun you. So the key really is to do this as fast as possible, because if you do it very fast, a lot of them are going to be turned around. You're going to put your walls up and they're going to have no idea what's happening, because like I've said, no one does this in game. Very few people do this, but when it's pulled off correctly, it's extremely effective. It gets a lot of good players. The one thing to note, when you're going in to place your traps, you have to place the traps about halfway down in the ramp. So you edit from the top, and then you still have to go in about halfway to get your traps out. Because if you try to throw your traps while you're at the top of it, you're not going to be able to get them off. So if you want to get your traps off, you have to be basically like halfway in. But at the same time, if you're throwing down traps, they're the one who's going to be panicking, trying to get out of there, and they're not even going to know it's coming. The thing about the walls is you can get your walls up very early, and then the traps you have to go a little bit down for. So just keeping that in mind, the second you jump in, you're going to be able to put your walls up. So you're going to be at least have them in the box before you put your traps out. The one way to counter this, if someone's doing it against you, or if someone just has their floor panel and they have the edit on it, the last thing you want to do is have them go for an edit, because every good player is going to go for that edit play every single time. Because the second they get the wall, they're going to go for the edit play, try to get a shotgun shot off, pull their AR, do anything they can. So the best way to counter is just to throw up a pyramid on top of that build, and that is the best way to counter. It's very effective, and it's pretty much the only way to prevent it. So if anybody ever puts a floor above you, you always want to put a pyramid every single time, because once you have that pyramid up, they have to break the pyramid in order to get to you. And a lot of times, once you have that pyramid up, you're going to have enough time to get away. So once you get that pyramid up, you should be set. And with that being said, there is one more thing that's also even more effective against the better players that kind not expect these type of things. Once you put that floor down, you can also put a pyramid on top of that, because the only way to counter the other one, like I said, once I put that floor up, the only way to counter is put a pyramid on top of it. But if you also have that pyramid edit, there's absolutely nothing they can do. The only downfall of that is you have to edit both of them, so it could be a little bit slower for a lot of players. But it's definitely necessary against better players, because they're going to be putting that cone up every time. So if you can get that edit on the cone and the floor, it's going to give you a wide open shot, and basically you're going to have enough time to get them before they can even react. So with that build right there, I wouldn't recommend doing that and then going for the trap. It could be a little bit more difficult coming out trying to close it, but I mean, it's also worth a try. It can be a little bit difficult for the console players because you have to, do so much, and building is a little bit slower, so you always want to kill the other player with the least amount of building possible. One thing that is going to be crucial when it comes to improving your building speed or doing builds like this is you want to improve your editing speed, and I have a few videos on how to improve your editing speed. I definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't already. So those 3 are my building tips that I think you guys should practice. I think you find them very, very useful in game. And for the rest of this video, I have a 20 kill gameplay. You guys really enjoyed the other gameplay that I posted just the other day, so make sure you stay to the end of the video and watch the gameplay. It's very, very good. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope this video helped you guys. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications so you're notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.